Dr. Wood, author of the book Miracles in Minutes, and today's conversation is getting comfortable in the uncomfortable. I hate to say it, got to break the news for you. Mom and dad or people who loved you try to protect you from life. And the truth is, there's pain and suffering in the world. There's moments of being uncomfortable. Even the Navy SEALs philosophy is learning to get comfortable in the uncomfortable. When we do not have the ability to create peace within ourselves or learning how to find relaxation when we're under tension, then what happens is we start to run away from life and we try to avoid it and live in some fantasy land where there's no pain and no suffering and no discomfort. Even the Bible says something about take heart. I've overcome the world. There's no, whoever made the promise to you that you can avoid pain and suffering in this lifetime is a liar. Maybe if you take enough drugs, now you're disconnected from life, and then you get a new set of pain and suffering called a drug addiction. You end up in rehabilitation, or if you're lucky, if you don't die. So these are the facts. Sad day for some of you, fear for others, but what can you do? It's learning how to deal with suffering, and the way you deal with that is you got to have a really clear goal of what you want. So I'll give you an example. When I played high school football in Tennessee, it's 95 degrees outside. The humidity's close to 100%. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's hot, man. It's hot. It's hot as hell. You got a helmet on, pads on, full gear, and you're beating on each other. And then you're running. And then you get to see your friends drive by the practice field, heading to somebody's pool to go swimming, where it's easy, where it's fun, where it's nice. But they don't get to play on Friday night under the lights. See, the truth is, to have what you really want, there's a price to pay. And you got to walk through the gauntlet. So you have to become that person who can keep going past what you feel. See, if you always do what your feelings tell you to do, you're kind of led around by your feelings. And your feelings can trap you to staying where you are, and you can't move forward. I just want to go back to where I'm comfortable. I just want to go back to where I'm comfortable. It's called your comfort zone. But actuality, in the comfort zone, you're getting left out of life, and life is squeezing you and crushing you. This is what's really happening in that comfort zone. The only way out is through. It's for a baby chicken, it's comfortable to stay in the egg. But where you live life is peeking the beak through, and then the chick bursts out of its shell and comes out into the world. It was warm up in the egg. It's very comfortable. Now you have to adapt to life. You're more than well capable of adapting. You have a highly intelligent prefrontal cortex that can provide solutions in you in real time. However, if you get trapped in fear, if you always do what your feelings tell you to do, then you really don't have enough motivation to move forward in life. You're just not going to live a great life. I hate to say it, it's just not going to happen. Anything great in life requires a great price. But it's in the becoming of that, of worthiness, of this goal. You have to become something. If you want a great, loving relationship, well, are you a great, loving person? Do you love yourself? Are you patient? Because the relationship may require patience. Are you understanding with yourself? Do you forgive yourself? Because this relationship, the great loving relationship, is going to require forgiveness. See, if you're not forgiving, then you can't be in this relationship. You don't deserve it. Another context, mistake. People who win the lottery, here's all this money. They don't, it was just given to them. They don't know how they got it. They don't know how to make it. They don't know how to invest it. They don't know how to take responsibility for it and take care of it. It's much easier for everybody to just hands you money, or so we think. But the reality is 90% of people go bankrupt. They don't know how money works. They don't know how to be responsible for it. You don't know how to earn it. It was given to you. It was given to you. And you know what people do is they trash it. Learning to, things are only uncomfortable if you see it that way. If you see it as this is the next step I need to take to move closer to my goal of what I really want, then you'll pay the price. Actually, you may not even feel like there's a price. But if all you care about is being comfortable and pleasure, you're not going to have the real fruits. People who seek pleasure usually wind up in the gutter. You know, it's pleasurable to take heroin, you know, and that's why people take it. It makes you feel good. It brings you a lot of pleasure. It's pleasure to do cocaine. If it wasn't feel good, then people wouldn't do it. I mean, if it made your nose bleed and you threw up, you probably wouldn't do it. That's not pleasure, that's pain. But since it feels so good, the pleasure, people get addicted to it. I heard this one person say this: the devil front end loads his promises and God back end loads his. In other words, anything that feels good on the front end, in the short term gratification, usually comes with a lot of long-term consequences. And anything you had to work for usually comes out with long-term gain and success. So until people understand the truth, I hate to say it, here's the truth. If you want greatness, if you want great things, you're gonna have to learn how to deal with being uncomfortable. And you do that by learning to get control of your emotions. Look at your goal. You keep your eye on the goal, not on the obstacle. If you keep your eye on the obstacle, you won't get there. But if you keep your eye on the goal, you'll get there. Even a small child, if you tell them, don't get the cookies, I'm going to spank you, there's some discomfort. I'm going to put them up high, and they're afraid of heights. You're going to put them way up there. If that kid wants a cookie bad enough, they'll break the rules. They'll climb up. They'll find a way to get up there. Even a 2-year-old can figure this out. This is how creative our minds are. The fear of heights was gone. They weren't even think about falling. The only thing they thought about was getting the cookie. And you know what? They always get it. We've always had it in us. See, all these things about uncomfortable and, you know, little kid don't care about all that stuff. They care more about getting the prize, getting the cookie, because they want it bad enough and they're willing to do what it takes. It's Dr. Wood. If you want certain things in life, the truth is you're going to have to do what it takes. And the truth is you're going to have to overcome some obstacles and go through some discomfort. You're going to have to face your fears. You're going to have to go through what you call pain. It's only painful because you think it's that way. Have a great day.